Hello and welcome to this week's episode of How I Failed in Business.
This is a business podcast that looks at things a little differently. We sit down with leaders in business, entrepreneurship and professionals to discuss everything business and career related.
Yes, we do, but we love to hear more about when things went wrong as opposed to when things went right. A gentle reminder that mistakes happen, life isn't always plain sailing, and as long as we learn from those mistakes, there isn't such thing as a failure. Speaking of failures, I'm joined by the wonderful, hilarious and somewhat annoying Megan Grace.
And I'm joined by Rob Spence.
No!
Lol.
Read what it says,
The
please.
dashing, handsome, hilarious and somewhat incredible Rob Spence.
Did everyone hear that? Thank you, mate. Do you mean that though?
No.
That's dashing, handsome, hilarious, and somewhat incredible Rob. Thank you so much.
It's almost like you wrote this.
Well, yeah, but but you said them, which is nice of you, very kind. But can we just point out what I said about you? Wonderful and hilarious.
And somewhat annoying.
But you are somewhat annoying. Speaking of annoying, how's your week been? All good?
It's been really good. How's your week been?
Been good. It's been a bit chaotic today. Very chaotic today.
Whose fault is that? Can I ask?
I feel like you're pointing the blame at me, but I shoulder no blame. I've been out of the office.
So therefore me and Molly had to do everything.
I'll be honest, I didn't realise it was a two-person job for half of it. But look, if that's how you want to play it.
I got actually quite severely injured. This afternoon.
Injured. Where's my phone? Where is my phone? Oh, my phone's gone. Molly, can you see my phone? Somewhat injured. Explain what happened.
So, I had to hype myself up because I wanted to get this done quickly. Because I actually had
2-minute job.
I actually had work to do.
Yeah.
Hyped myself up. Was outside doing some jumps, like a high knee jump, brought my knees right to my chest, did a massive jump, landed and I leaned it, and clicked out of place, and it was quite painful.
You dislocated your knee.
Maybe
That's
don't really
not a
know.
workplace injury.
I think that is.
Can we explain this photo? What happened here?
That was because I was trying to.
Oh my god. Are you okay, Molly?
She hit the mic.
Oh.
Is it back?
Yes.
Oh my god! Right. It's okay. Thank you so much. Okay. That photo. So we were trying to untwist that because we thought we were going to use that boom arm for.
Even though I told you that there was sword
guest.
behind there.
This is before.
You said a lot in those voice notes as well. So we were trying to untwist that, and then I hit my hand on the corner of that, and it was really sharp and it hurt, and now I have quite a severe workplace injury.
Okay. Again, I cannot take any credit for that because I gave clear instructions as to where they are.
So that happened. We also got multiple splinters in our hands from trying to move those wooden bookcases.
Right. So just to fill the listener in on this a little bit, because we've left a bit of a gap in the story. So where we record our podcast, Paragon Creative Studios, obviously it's a business I own and we work at. We had a great day. We had a booking in, and then obviously our recording today with a wonderful guest of whom we'll introduce in a second. And this guest wanted a specific setup, and yes, I wanted to be here to help do it. Unfortunately, I was up in Sheffield, doing horrible things such as eating a lunch at a lovely Italian, by the way, and so I had to leave some instructions, right? And so these bookcases, they're Billy bookcases from IKEA, so a safe 2-person lift, easy.
But
right?
there's nowhere to lift it from.
The shelf.
But I tried the shelf and the shelf started moving.
There's the middle shelf.
I can agree.
She can agree.
Right.
Every time Megan went to pick up a shelf, the shelf
wobbled.
fell out.
Well, did you keep picking up the same shelf?
No,
we were
was
trying
different
multiple
bookcases.
shelves and different bookcases.
The middle shelf is screwed in, right? And it's a 1-person lift. All we got to do is just do that.
It is not a 1-person lift.
We found a technique that worked anyway.
We found our own technique.
Drugging it
by
dragging it on this
by
rug.
tilting it onto the rug and then dragging the rug.
It worked though.
It
no
did
scratches.
work.
I'm not gonna lie. As long-winded as it was, I think that was quite genius.
Exactly.
For you
Great
too.
hacks.
It was quite.
Yeah.
Megan thought it was bad. I thought it was a genius.
No,
idea.
I got on
Was it
board.
your idea, Molly?
It was my idea.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was a good idea.
But Megan did play a lot in this.
Fair play. But yes, it's been a bit chaotic, and then trying to get the studio set for our wonderful guest today. Everything's gone wrong. Cameras have fucked up. Lights been all over the place. I smashed my glass.
Yeah, it's been
There's
a
glass
lot.
still under my desk.
Your desk?
Chair. The
Right.
second we sit down, something else goes wrong. It's just been
It's
chaos.
been a lot.
Chaos.
It has been a lot.
But good things are coming. Christmas is just next week. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
What are you saying like that? Or Happy Hanukkah then. Whatever you celebrate. I don't know.
Just saying Merry
What you got? What are you
Christmas.
plans for Christmas? What are you doing?
I don't really know, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Great, honestly.
No.
Such a great segment. I love Taylor Swift lyrics. Molly, what are your plans for Christmas? What are you doing?
Seeing family.
Lovely.
Oh, wait, I have a story.
This is how to have a conversation. Right, Molly, carry on.
Megan can go. Don't worry.
No, you go.
No, you go.
No, you were in the
Oh
middle.
my God.
It's not interesting. Go on.
Needs mine.
You just said it was interesting.
Oh,
No, I just.
Tell your story, please.
I'm going to Edinburgh,
lovely.
but that's not for Christmas. That's for the days before Christmas.
I went there last year. Lovely place.
Is it nice?
Mm.
How's the Christmas market?
Great.
Wow. Really
Lovely.
excited.
So, because Christmas always gets a bit chaotic, doesn't it? Because you've got to try and please everyone. I assume you're trying to see the better halves, family, your family, nans, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters. Are you cooking, or what's the plan for Christmas?
I'm helping cook, not cooking.
Okay.
Well, I am. I'm doing like the prep.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, so because how are you going to do this then? Are you like prepping one? Like, are you just going to do one dish, or are you like prepping everything and letting someone take over? What's the plan there?
I've not really thought it through, to be to be honest. Yeah.
What about you? I bet you don't cook dinner.
No.
I bet
Do I fuck?
little princess over here. Mummy, Lynn, when's dinner ready, Lynn? Lynn,
She does everything.
Lynn, I can hear you mashing the potatoes. Is it nearly ready, Lynn? Yeah, I'll get out of bed in a minute. Is that about right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, and then I bet you, Lynn, please write in and let us know. Message me. Do you then sit down and judge and go, oh, these sprouts are shit?
First of all, I don't eat sprouts.
Sprouts are lovely. Are we sprout?
Ooh, no.
Are you a sprout fan?
Yeah, no.
Right,
No.
sorry, no. I'm going to change your mind. I'm going to change your mind. There's two ways to cook sprouts. Okay, don't boil them. Do not boil them. Okay, that's a white British way of cooking sprouts. Boring to the brim, right?
You are white British. Are you aware of that?
I don't identify as one, but however, I will accept it. No, I am, and I do identify. But deep fry. So I kid you not, get a deep fryer, deep fry them, spray them in some malt vinegar. Are we all okay with?
Yeah.
Do you want me to hold your
continue
wine?
talking. I've got it.
Spray them with some malt vinegar and a bit of salt. Serve them that way. Or if not, I would blanch them in some salted water. Okay, so just a semi-boil, no different to how you do your roast potatoes, right? And then just pan fry them, right? Maybe get some lardons in there, some bacon, cook them in the bacon fat as well. Maybe if you're feeling a bit adventurous, then get some balsamic vinegar in there. Then you'll like Brussels sprouts. I assure you. Promise me you're going to try it, please.
I just hope Lynn's taking notes.
You do, don't you? You just sit in your bedroom on your stupid little bean bag going, oh, when's dinner ready? My mum's shit. I was hungry an hour ago. And I bet you go down and show, Mum, where's dinner ready? And you go back upstairs, slam your door.
No, I don't slam the door.
Oh, okay. Politely shut the door.
Yeah.
And then see your pathetic little advent calendar go, this will keep me going. I hate my life. Childline. It should be on the table an hour ago.
Pretty much. It's quite accurate.
It's nice. Well, I want to see some video footage of that.
Okay.
I've got a question to ask you both. And this is a question we do need to pose to our guest as well. I believe there are two types of people when it comes to Christmas presents, in particular on Christmas Day. And I know already which kind of one you are, but it may not happen to you because you are an only child and a spoiled little twat. But I'll kind of ask Molly as well, and of course our guest. I've noticed that there are those that take their turns with presents. So you all sit around, it's nice, it's calm, right? It's sharing, it's generous. And you go around, Mum will open a present. Oh, that looks lovely, lovely gift. Dad will open a present. Mine didn't sell separated, but stepdad or whoever will open the present. Brother, sister, then it's your turn. Then you go round. But then there's also the families that just go hell for leather, open everything, and it's horrible chaos. You were the latter.
No.
Oh.
I'd usually have more presents than my parents because I was a child and had
okay,
no money
understandable.
and
yeah.
But I would always get them something, which basically meant like they would get each other something and I'd put my name on it. So we'd go around. I'd open one. I'd open it first, obviously.
Obs.
And then my dad would open one, and my mum would open one, and then it'd go back to me. And
so
we'd
you
take
would
it a turn.
I'm so
but
sorry.
Then afterwards, when they'd opened their 2 and I had my 20, then it was just all me.
It'd just be all in.
But
okay,
that wasn't my fault. That was because I had no siblings.
Okay, you should have bought more presents, you ungrateful little bastard. So, Molly, what about you? Were you like all in, or you take your turn?
Usually take your turn.
Take your turn. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Megan, I apologise.
Okay.
I just assumed.
Yeah. It's fine.
I know it's harder when you're an only child because then you're not squabbling. But I like to take the time. Take your turn. It savours the Christmas morning a little bit more. You just go around the motions. Dad's there with the black bag, taking the wrap in literally as it's coming in. Present wrapped, quick, straight in, straight away. That's interesting. Speaking of Christmas, though, speaking of presents,
don't ask me. If it was being on here, don't ask me.
Merchandise.
Updates.
How are we getting on with the updates on the HiFib merchandise? Because we're a week away before Christmas, and wouldn't it be really nice?
Who do you think, realistically, is buying HiFib merchandise for Christmas?
Well, no one, because you've not done anything. No one.
HiFib merch coming in the new year
for Christmas 2028, I guess.
Yeah, the January sales.
Would you be mad? Would you be mad if I looked at that in a bit more detail?
You honestly have fun.
You sure?
You do.
Okay.
You've got more time than me.
I don't. I just work better. That's the issue. So look, there's some merchandise on the website, howiphoneinbusiness.co.uk. Click on the merchandise bits. There's t-shirts, there's hoodies, there's caps, there's mugs, there's jigsaw puzzles, there's cushion covers. There's basically anything we can brand.
We've branded.
Is on there.
Or will be branded.
And will be branded. And maybe in the new year, what we can do, seeing as we've missed the Christmas rush.
I'm sure we've got lots of.
Huh? We wouldn't, because you wouldn't have marketed it. You can only sell something that you market. So look, there is some merchant. There are some, in your defence, there are some stuff on there.
There is some stuff.
There's some stuff on there. But if you're looking for a desperate Christmas present, Lynn, if you want to buy something for Megan, some HiFib merchandise would be lovely. What would your if you were to write Santa a list right now and you said, look, I'd love this item branded up as HiFib. That's how I found business. What would you go for? Like anything in the world.
Oh, that's quite a hard question. A beanbag.
Obviously, a beanbag.
Beanbag.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. Molly, what you on? What you feeling?
I honestly don't know. Anything.
She hates HiFib, she doesn't care.
Whatever can fit in my bin.
I love HiFib, guys. It's not true.
But yeah, look, we'll see what we can add on.
What would you get?
Good question. That is a good question. I don't know. Is the honest answer. A phone cover, a phone case.
Boring.
Okay, a mug. A jigsaw.
I'd get the jigsaw.
One thing that I'd very much like us to do one day, right? And once we start taking HiFib as seriously as I do, okay, I think we should publish a book.
A book?
I think we should publish a How I Failed in Business book.
We could make a Mystery Mishaps quiz book.
We could. You know, like how we said we were going to put all of our guests into a blog post onto our website. We could then turn that into a book. So, do you remember that conversation?
Was I present for that conversation?
Yes. She has grasped you in it. Well, listen, our guest has been waiting very patiently
for a
long time. And Molly, bless her, she's cusping a certain remote control in her hand, like she's going to lose it, like it's the ring from The Hobbit, right? So, and obviously we need to get our guest in here to talk about some of these questions that we've been posing. I'd like to introduce you. I'm going to call him a good friend. I've not known him so long, but we've got a good connection. I'd like to introduce Liam Fish, of whom is a relationship manager. Liam, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good to be here. Thank you.
There you go. And just get you not allergic to smoke, are you?
No, it's fine.
It's fine. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being so patient. You've seen some of the chaos that's gone on today. How are you? You all okay?
I must admit, up to this point, it's been an amazing experience. Watching everything just unfold, the ceiling fall down, the glasses break. It's been absolute chaos, but it's been fun chaos. I've really enjoyed it. Even this, it's actually disappointing now that I have to speak because I was quite just enjoying this. I had a beer in the hand. I was right comfortable, and now I've got to answer questions. So
I'm so sorry, but listen, you can. On your travels tomorrow, you can give us a listen and tune in as well. But Liam, honestly,
thank you.
I'm really glad you can make it. So, I mean, look, I don't want to dictate this. I don't want to take over this. Just tell us a bit about you. Tell us what you do, and let's talk a bit about how you and I know each other. Let's start there if you're happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, Rob, it's just lovely seeing you again. To be quite honest with you, it's come on. Let's give the listeners what they want. We want to hear about Rob Spence. Come on. So no, me and Rob, we met through the 5-minute stand-up challenge that we did September? Was it end of September?
Do you know what? I don't even know. Yeah, I want to say September the 30th, maybe.
Yeah, and it was a great experience. I'm sure you'll agree. And I think you were fantastic. You opened the show, and at that point, I thought, well, I haven't got a fucking chance of winning this thing, because you just went out and stormed it the minute you bent over and started rubbing your tush.
That's normally the winning moment.
Yeah,
you know?
I just thought, no, he's got this. He's got this. No, it was brilliant, and yeah, there was just a connection there. We went out for a reunion meal.
We did, yes.
A month later, and look, Rob is an absolute gentleman, and I'll put this on here. He paid for our meal and our drinks. I was going in there thinking, oh God, it's another night that's going to cost me another 50, 60 pounds, whatever, in my alcohol addiction. And but no, Rob picked up the tab. He didn't even tell us. You just went. You paid, buggered off, and no, I wasn't letting you go. I was absolutely. So thank you very much for picking that up.
What made me laugh about that night? So I wanted to do it just as a nice thing. Because believe it or not, I'm quite a nice guy. Oh, egotistical. I had to leave, so I thought, you know what, I'll go pay. The guys can carry on having a nice time, and I didn't tell anyone. And then these messages start coming through. And am I right in saying the waitress must have come over to the table, say, "Don't worry, the man with the hair paid"? Is that right? Is that what happened?
I think that is a true story. I think that is what happened. And I think the only person that had left at that point was Jackie. So it kind of narrowed it down anyway, just by man.
Yes,
really. But yeah, man with hair made it even more specific.
The man with the hair.
It was you.
But can I just say, and I think we need to intertwine some of your comedy.
When I first told my nana that I was going to do comedy, she said, "Oh, I think the old jokes are the best." So I told her the one about the pervert in the care home. But I don't know that they translate very well into this modern world that we live in today, because times have changed. So, for instance, if I did a knock-knock joke, it would probably sound a little bit more like this, wouldn't it? Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. But another classic would be something like, "Doctor, doctor!" And we fucking wait.
You were my favourite. I wanted you to win, and I came. So I opened up after Scott, who's a fantastic comedian, and Scott Bennett, and I came upstairs for the second half, and I said because Megan was there, well, it wasn't there, but Megan was there, and some of the other guys, and I was like, "Look out for Liam. Liam's going to be great," and you were amazing. Before I got into comedy, I was working as a client relationship manager. I mean, that's a job title that gets your genitalia throbbing, doesn't it? Daddy, you're like a superhero. Because there's this thing that I do where every 10, 15 minutes, I'll rush back into the room, I'll stretch out my hand like that and press skip on the YouTube ads. We've all been there, the parents. We've all been there. But it gets a little bit annoying, though, because by then I've already lost my erection and been logged out of Pornhub. You don't get those minutes back. But here's my journey of joy. Join me on this. It's a summer's day, clear blue skies. The sun's beaming down on your face. You're out and about on the road to anywhere. E-scooter, whizzing along, not a care in the world. So you decide to accelerate and then go a little bit faster and a little bit more and a little bit more until finally... Serves you right, you annoying little e-scooter cunt! But yeah, did you enjoy the experience?
I found it a strange experience. I have to say, I enjoyed the writing process of coming up with these jokes. I didn't enjoy it so much when our coach, so Jay Neal, shout out to Jay Neal.
Yeah, great guy.
Great guy. He knows comedy. And I went to him with my material for the first little meeting. And he basically said, "No, this is shit. This is shit. No, can't use that. Can't use that. No, this is rubbish. No, it's too monologue-y, too bloggy." So I think I pretty much had to rewrite the entire set. But I'm incredibly thankful for that critique, because what then transpired on stage happened, and it went down well by all accounts. So that's kind of down to Jay being honest with the feedback and guiding me in the right way. So yeah, again, shout out to Jay. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for thinking, I should have won it. No disrespect to Sunita, by the way.
Who won? Yes. Yeah. Wonderful.
She was brilliant.
Set. Yeah.
She was brilliant.
And Kate, I thought, do you know what I found the most nerve-wracking? I don't know if you did. Was actually the rehearsals on the day in front of everyone else.
Yeah.
So obviously we get there. Y Theatre in Leicester, beautiful venue, very historic. I believe it's the oldest theatre in Leicester.
It is.
And we're all there. Obviously you're a bit of a buzz. You see in the backstage, like, oh my god, tonight, this is going to happen. You're a performer. You know what it's like, right? And we're all sat there, and obviously we then find out the running order. Excuse me. I find out I'm first, and I'm like, okay. I'll be honest, I wanted to go first because I'm a bit of an overthinker. I thought if I get it done, I can enjoy it. If I'm sat there going, oh my God, they're good, it'll play on my mind a little bit. But yeah, and then Jay's like, right, rehearsal time, Rob. And I'm like...
I love being on stage. I love performing. I am what they call an attention-seeking twat. My parents were great when I was growing up, and they certainly put up with a lot of my attention-seeking shit. You should have seen their faces when I became a naked waiter. The real reason I lost my job at Pizza Express. It's funny I say that, actually. We had one diner. He used to tip me more when I was naked. Lovely guy. Shame he couldn't sweat. I was laid bare-arsed on this dining room table, surrounded by hen after hen who were just drinking shots from my body, licking cream from every orifice. I know what you're thinking. Disgusting. Best day of my life. You see, I'm a naturally very pale, hairy boy. I had to do a lot to look this good. The wax... I soon came to learn there's no dignified way of applying Veet. You're there, normally in your bathroom, smothering this full-fat, cream cheese textured things. I hope you paid extra for this. Into every crook, every crevice, and every crack, and having to squat there for 10 minutes until everything had melted away.
Honestly, my heart was racing. My bumhole was going, right? I got to the end of my set on stage. I was so parched, I thought I was going to die. It was a 5-minute little thing. Yeah. I found that the most nerve-wracking bit. Did you find that?
It was, again, a very interesting experience because, you're almost trying to give it your all as if the auditorium is full of people, and it's odd doing it in front of 7 or 8 people and a cleaner probably mooching through moving tables and stuff, very distracted because people, they're laughing, but the audio from 7 people isn't what you want. You want a bursting, absolute rapturous applause, and want the balcony, oh my God, standing ovation. You want all of that. But from 7 people, you're not going to get that who are rehearsing and whatever. I'm with you. It was odd. It was an odd experience. It was nerve-wracking. To be honest, the actual live experience, for me, I don't know if it was like this for you, Rob, but I almost had an out-of-body experience. I couldn't... Afterwards, I wouldn't be able to remember actually what I did. It was very odd. I got off the stage. I was completely honest. I was disappointed with what I did.
Really?
I was really disappointed. Yeah, I didn't think I did it as best as I could. And I got off the stage. I was really deflated. And I watched the rest of the people, rest of the I was going to say the player, the rest of the contestants, the players, do the rest of their thing. And they were just fantastic. And I thought, well, good on them. But I was so disappointed. So second place.
You did, and massive well done for that.
And
what place did you get?
I'll be honest, I'm very disappointed in this. Again, it wasn't necessarily about the winning, but of course it fucking is, right? But it's not about the winning. But, so I came...
Are we going to call it what it is, or are we going to go for the nice version?
I came joint third. Which basically means fourth. Basically means fourth. And I was very similar to you. When I've watched my performance back, I missed out quite a big segment. I missed out jokes. And when you watch me, and I've tried to hyperanalyze this just for performance for next time, there's bits where I'm not relaxed, and you can literally see the cogs in my head going, what do I need to say next? Will you do it again? Will you?
I've been asked that question quite a few times by quite a few people, and I think the answer is it's yes.
Okay.
I would do it again. I want to get Christmas out of the way.
Yeah.
Get January out of the way, because that's just a shit month, isn't it? January's just crap. It's the month after Christmas and the build-up. No, January shouldn't even be there. Let's go straight into February, where it's only 28 days before the next payday we're all waiting for.
I mean, I'd argue then that January is when we need comedy to get us through. To get us through it.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, and I think the Leicester Comedy Festival is February, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think that's right. So why don't they make it January when we need it the most? Because Christmas is a joyful time, the lights are on and all that, and the family's together, but it's depressing as well. It's depressing because it's so fucking cold and so dark. If you go to work 9 to 5, it's dark when you turn up, it's dark when you leave. We need comedy. We need to lift ourselves. So let's move all comedy to January, like you say, something to look forward to.
Yeah, National Comedy Month.
Yeah.
Fucking hell,
Answer to your
there's
question, yes.
Write that down. Write that down.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, might be good.
Genuinely, I implore you to carry it on, because you were genuinely so funny and so natural. And, you know, I really hope you do. I want to... Jay Neal, who's a great guy, like I said earlier, who coaches during the thing, he's got a workshop on, I think in January, that I think I'm going to go on. It's like a 6-week workshop. I think I'm going to do it, and I think you should do it as well, maybe. Well,
I definitely think you should. Definitely. Brilliant. Shall I do it?
Yeah.
I tell you what, if
you don't need it, Liam. If you don't need it, who needs a workshop?
Oh, you. That's why we get on. All the flattery will get you so far. You know what? If you're doing it, sod it. Maybe it's the beer. I've had a couple of Moretti's, maybe a glass of wine. But yeah, if you're doing it, let's do it. Let's do it.
But did you get how did you feel before performance? I'm sure I've asked you this before. Like, how did you feel?
Yeah, it's like the worst part is like when you're waiting like backstage and you're about to go on. It is terrifying.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Would you do it? Would you do
not
the comedy?
No.
Thank God.
You know what? I see why you came forth. Hilarious, honestly. Wow.
Oh, I came here for this bants.
No, I don't think I would. I think it would be a bit awkward.
It's I don't know about you, but like, and this is going to sound quite arrogant. After doing that, there was that bigger adrenaline rush thereafter. And then, like, now, you know, like the thought of like standing up to do like a little business talk in front of 10 people. I'm like,
does it feel scary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
it makes total sense. Yeah. The adrenaline certainly was a massive part. I didn't go to sleep until I think it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Wow.
And thankfully, I had somebody who used to work with me, and he's left, and he's now in like Thailand and Asia and touring and everything. He was awake because of the different time zones, so I had somebody to reach out to. Go, just done this thing, and I can't go to sleep. And it was, do you want to know how it went? Everyone else is asleep here in England. You're not.
Can you imagine you having like conversations with ChatGPT? Like, talk to me.
Yeah, please
talk to me, please.
How did I do? Damn it. So yeah, the adrenaline rush, and then everything else. I went into a bit of not depression, but just such a come down.
Yeah,
come down from it. For 5 minutes, you were a celebrity. You had 150 people or however many people were in, looking at you, and most of them laughing. Not all, but most of them laughing. And yeah, you were a celebrity just for 5 minutes. You were the top of the world, and it was a lovely feeling. But then you go into work the next day, and you're just you're back to you. To the monotony. Just Liam Fish. You know, there he is.
I didn't go into work like that. You did. I went as Rob Spence.
Did. Yeah, I don't speak for Rob Spence. You went in like, fucking Rob Spence, everybody. Yeah, Jesus. You announced yourself as you came in. You put the smoke machine on, didn't you? Rob Spence.
He knows me too well.
Is that every day? Yeah. Was it just that one time?
Did you see me last night?
Johnny Bravo. That's every single day. But yeah, I think you should definitely do it again. It was great fun. And look, I do want to talk to you about you and your business, well, your career and where you're at. Quick question though. Were you growing up all in kid with your presents, or were you take your time? Where were you? Yes,
I think as a kid we were a take it in turns family. So we were mum, dad, Nana was always there. And then it was me, my brother and sister with us as well. So we had 6 people to get around. It was usually take it in turns kids.
Yes.
Because like you said earlier, was that the kids have most presents.
Of course it is. Yeah.
The parents get like, new socks. Brilliant, thank you. That's romantic. But yeah, the kids have got the exciting gifts, haven't they? The toys. Ooh, what's inside this big box? Clothes? I don't want bloody clothes. That's the same wrapping paper. You've got clothes too.
Weirdly, can I just say, that's reminding me, I'm wearing the scent that sponsors Boys Christmas. I'm wearing Lynx Africa today, believe it or not. Yeah, I know. Rogue choice.
What?
Rogue choice.
Are you 15?
And it is a smell of the childhood, isn't it? It's bio-masking scent.
Yeah, I know it is. I've got Calvin Klein Euphoria Honours and aftershave. I'm not wearing like Lynx Africa aftershave. I want to make that clear. But all it was, I was out one day and I'd been in the car and I went to a shop just to get some deodorant, just to make sure that when I get out of the car, if I'm going to a client, whatever, I've got some deodorant, just a quick kind of thing. And the only one the shop had was Lynx Africa. So that's the reason why I didn't purposely go, do you know what I want to smell like today?
Lynx Africa.
I want to smell like the changing rooms from when I was 15 doing GCSE trampolining, right? That's
Takes
what it
me
was.
back.
Oh, yeah, honestly, yeah, all I need is my PE teacher naked in the corner. It'll be like, literally, I'm there. But, yeah, that's how I was, mouth wide open. Liam, you are a relationship manager.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that entail? What is it you do?
Yeah, so we work at a company where we have high net worth people. They have a lot of money, hundreds of thousands, some even millions of pounds, and they trust our company to take their money and invest it wisely for when they reach pension age, so that they can, basically have a lovely retirement. And that's what we do. And the relationship manager is just being there to respond to their queries and their calls. If they want to take tax-free cash, they want to take that nice and early. If they want to buy a property, sell a property, they want to make an investment or sell an investment, we're there. We're the first port of call to be able to do that. So that's what we do at our company.
I love it. And because I believe, and I've authored books on this, that relationships are the most important thing within business. Do you believe, because you're in that role, do you believe that that's what you do? You look after those relationships? Or?
Yeah, I if I sat here and said, it was perfect and we manage everything absolutely spot on and the relationships are absolutely perfect, then I'd be lying. Of course I would. And my nose would be like, what? But
it'd be like what, sorry?
It'd be like, what?
Lovely. I just wanted to hear that again.
Do you want that?
Hear that again,
Yeah, just have that sound if you want. But I do believe in relationships. I think they are a really undervalued part of any business, really, because sometimes we get so bogged down in money, profit, and cost cutting, that we sometimes forget the people that do the job, the workers. We need to be able to respect them and give them what they want, make them want to come into work. If they're having a bit of a sniffle, I don't know whether to go in today. If we provide a great environment where our relationship from an employer to the employee is spot on, they'll want to come in. They'll push themselves to come in. But if it's not quite there, they're not going to want to. They're going to take a sick day. That then affects the client. That then affects the relationship between us and the client. It has this massive knock-on effect. So the word relationship is incredibly important in business from my point of view.
Yeah, I think it's quite neglected sometimes, especially in this world of like AI and technology a little bit. People are just, like I say, very spreadsheety, and it's one of the reasons why I left where I used to work in employment, actually, because long story short, we were a small company, and again, we were all about relationships, develop that relationship, look after the communication. Your client was everything. If you need to speak to that client for 20 minutes on the phone for a £20 order, do it. They're the heart and soul of everything. We then got bought out by a large corporate. I won't name who they are, but they're a supermarket and they rhyme with Besco. And they were Audi. No, and they were very spreadsheety guys. They're like, wow, this according to this spreadsheet, that person was worth 0.000% of our GP, so tell them to fuck off. And you're like, hold on, that's Teresa. I've known Teresa for for years. Like, I know her kids, her grandkids. I could be the father of her kids. Like, no, I don't. I've got to look after this. But no, fuck them off. Don't need them. And you're like, and it's a real talk. And I had this argument with someone. They were like, well, Tesco must know what they're doing because they're a massive company. They must know. But I'm like, no, like they're small people that they still add into the thing. Those relationships are crucial. And I think that's something that the culture we try and nail in here at Paragon, is it? Just that client relationship side of things?
Yeah.
Well,
okay, great. Thanks for your input.
I've certainly got that in the time I've been here. It's been nice. It's been that close-knit environment that gets lost. I think the bit that, the more a company grows and it tries to make more, it does tend to neglect the workers. So have that environment, have that engagement, have that culture where you can have a bit of a laugh. You almost need to afford a percentage of, let's just have a bit of fun here. Let's feel value.
Yeah.
So.
And again, my argument is that you spend, 80%, 70% of your working day, your working week, your working life in work. You've got to have some fun doing it. Yes, we've got to make money. Yes, we've got to achieve things. But, one thing that I always set out when I started the business, and I've said this to everyone who's joined, I know that for some people, none of us truly want to work in the grand scheme of things. If we could, we'd be on a beach, we'd be living in Australia, we'd be down Spearmint Rhino, where we'd be somewhere, somewhere else. Okay.
I saw you there.
But I didn't think you'd recognise me from the front. But I wanted our team, and I want our team to always feel like, when people are having those smoking area conversations where people are, oh, fucking hell, got work in the morning, got work tomorrow, I hate my job, that kind of thing. I wanted our team to be there going, actually, I don't mind where we are. I quite enjoy it, kind of thing. From your side of things then, and I'm glad you're here, because, and I hope you mean this in a nice way, because normally we sit down with like the business owners, the entrepreneurs, so it's nice to hear from someone who sits on like the other side of things. What do you think employers should be doing to kind of look after the team a little bit more and the people within?
Yeah, so for me, I've mentioned the word like engagement, making the workers feel like they've got a voice, because at the end of the day, they're the people that do the job. And I know there are certain levels. You have almost like the entry-level admin work who do the basic tasks because they're happy doing those basic tasks. But then you get the more technical side of things. Then you get the leadership, and then you get probably the high earner people. So in our particular company, you have the financial advisors, the consultants who are on, a lot bigger salaries and things like that. But it feels to me like there's a huge disconnect between those top people and the workers, the people who are, to be honest, the majority of the company. You're talking, 200, 300 people doing this particular role. Was that a stomach rumble or was that?
Sorry, it was a weird. It was an internal really burp. Loud. Is how I'm going to word it. It was a burp that happened here.
So many dates that I've been on where I've been talking about what I do, and that's the reaction they have, and I just need to go and powder my nose, and they never fucking come back. That's what talking about financial advisor work. Yeah, after the break. Thank you. But yeah, I do think it's just getting it right. The communication, the engagement, giving the workers a voice. Are they valued? Do they turn up to work and feel like they've got the support of their manager? Do they feel like they're being listened to if they have a problem? And I think the more pressure you put on the staff to just churn out work, it feels like you don't care. And there's a saying that somebody has said. I won't name the person, but I'll say it. And they go, oh, if a business doesn't grow, it dies. And I think, okay, that's fairly catchy and whatever. But for me,
catchy, okay, right?
I think if I were to take one of those words, it'd be, if a business doesn't care, it dies. So, and that's kind of what I'm running with at the moment at work, is I'm trying to improve some of those elements of engagement and culture, try and bring that family feel like guys have got here. It does feel great. You sort of walk in, everyone sort of knows each other, you get on, you know each other's level of humour, whereas a bigger company, you lose a lot of that. And I'd love to be able to just bring everyone together. So, yeah, in answer to your question, I think improving engagement, having a positive culture. It doesn't have to be a family environment, because 900 staff is a big family, and I wouldn't cope with that. But there needs to be a way that you just try and keep as many people as possible happy. There's my piece. That was pretty serious, wasn't it? Jesus.
It was nice, yeah. But I think like it's like, did you ever watch Undercover Boss?
No.
Oh my God, did you watch Undercover Boss?
I know of it. Yeah,
okay.
I've maybe watched a couple of episodes of it, and then the Kylo Ren Star Wars version, which was pretty funny.
Yeah,
but yeah,
because I agree. I think sometimes the bosses sit up there and they look at the figures, they look at the data, they look at the KPIs, they look at the spreadsheets, and they go, well, everyone else under me needs to work harder. But they never sit down on that shop floor, on the factory floor, on the office floor, and go, well, what can we be doing better? And actually, really, it's like, I'm sure there's an old World War I adage. I might be making some stuff up here, but the best people to educate on a battle are the soldiers there in the front line, because they are there. They are seeing, they're witnessing, they're understanding what the enemy's doing and everything else in between. And it's the same for business. The people that are picking up the phone, that are sending the emails, that are dealing with the inquiries, that are doing this, that, and the other, they're the ones that know the business more so than those that are above them. But there seems to be, I don't know about sometimes, I'm not accusing this of your company, but like there seems to sometimes be like an arrogance of sometimes people in the higher seats of no, we know what we're doing. I'm on 100k more than you. Shut the fuck up. Like that, that's the kind of attitude that goes on. But listen, obviously part of the podcast is talking all about failures and things that have gone wrong and just having a little laugh but learning from them as well. But have you got any parts in your career where you've like made a monumental mistake or something's fucked up? What you got for
how long
us?
is the podcast? How long is this?
Well, if it's up to me, 2 hours, but Molly wants to get home. So
want to knock off
10 minutes if that's all right, yeah.
Well, it was back in sort of like 2014, 15 is when I started wanting to set up my own company. So I was going to go photography and videography, focusing on weddings primarily, but there are parties and all sorts like that. So, we got to the stage, we set it up, and it was going well, I suppose. It was slow because I still had a full-time job and everything like that. Then COVID happened, and that had a huge effect on it, because all these bookings that I'd built up, I'd gone to wedding fairs and suddenly thought, this is going all right. This could be my future. Suddenly, no, we can't do that now. Boom, 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 cancellation. So my failing really is that knocked me so much. I don't want to get too serious, but it might do. It might do.
If you need to cry.
Yeah,
it's great. It's great for ratings.
Cut the camera.
It'd be like die of a CEO.
But it knocked me. It knocked my confidence completely. And in the end, the company, I had to just wind it up. It was just far too long between one job and the next job. I'd lost the ability to have confidence in what I was doing. I undervalued what I was doing. I underpriced things because I thought, what I'm offering isn't good enough. And I mean, that's maybe not a failing, but just a problem that I have, is that I've never got the confidence to value what I do. And even if I rationally think about it and go, okay, it takes so many hours to do a wedding day, 8, 9, could be a 12-hour day that you're filming that. So yeah, you would charge for that time. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to do. But then you have all the editing time afterwards, which is hours upon hours, days and days, weeks, can spill into months of editing, depending on how many photos you've taken, or if it's a video, even longer, because you're going through so much footage and you're editing it, you're trying to make it cinematic and everything like that. And I always undervalued what I did. I would undercharge because I'd kind of think, if I was that customer, would I want to pay that? So that was my biggest failing, is that because I did that, I think it affected my ability to run a business, because I was undercutting myself and then thinking, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I've done all this work. I've spent so many weeks, months doing this and making it perfect and stressing over it and losing sleep over it for this amount, when really, if I was just more cutthroat and more confident, I could have charged this and thought, yeah, you know what, that was worth it. That was worth it, and I can make something of this. So it's more of a confidence issue in me. And I suppose, without turning this into therapy, that just comes from a childhood.
So
thing.
the chaise lounge is going to be out in a minute. We'll ask you how your inner child feels about it. Don't worry. I know how therapy works. Don't worry, you sit back.
Am I going to wake up here tomorrow just like, oh, I'm so sorry, I just had a few beers and it crashed out. And, so, look, I know that's it's not an exciting or funny story, but yeah.
And you know, I'm glad you raised that because that's really relevant to us.
With the studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about
Go on then.
I was just thinking about that.
Oh, okay.
I think same.
Lol, same.
Lol, same.
Yeah, because we sat down the other day. So obviously, full transparency, How I Phone in Business not our full-time gig yet, but we're going to get sponsored soon, so it will be.
It'll be fine.
We've got obviously our sales and marketing agency, and we've got our studios here where we're recording. And we sat down the other day and did some market research and realised that we are massively undercharging for what we offer. And I think a lot of that is because of what you have said there, a bit of a lack in confidence in what we offer, a bit of a kind of rejection fear of no, just use us. I'll pay you. I'll pay you if it means you come and use my studio. You know, that kind of fear, rejection, low confidence, and just trying to understand your worth a little bit. Yeah. So I'll ask openly then. And again, I know that there's going to be people watching this and listening to this who have been through the same. If you were to do it all again, if you were to kind of sit down and I'm setting up my photography, my videography industry business, what would you do differently?
I'm just going to be completely blunt, I'd go into it with more of an attitude of I don't give a fuck. Okay, and that sounds really arrogant and really blunt and obviously very crass and all that stuff. But yeah, I would say, you know what, this is what it's worth. Because I've sat down and I've worked this out. These are the amount of hours that I worked. These are the amount of hours that I spent editing. This is your final product. I've presented it in this particular package, which has cost me this amount. This is what it costs. And rather than me going, oh yeah, but actually, would I pay that? No, I tell you what, I'll knock off like £1,000, and then think, oh, hang on a minute, yeah, when I want to work it out, I'm robbing myself here. You need to be just a little bit more like, yeah, you know what? This is what I offer, and this is what I'll charge. So, yeah, have confidence in yourself. Have ability. The reason they're hiring you is because they can't do it.
Yeah,
you know, it's that they are putting their faith in you. So, yeah,
I love that. Yeah,
go for it.
And I agree, and because I have this same conversation weirdly with my clients and myself. I'm like, there are different price points for different people. I was shopping on Fortnum and Mason earlier on today. I was buying you something actually, so you'll have to wait and see. But like, you look at the price and stuff at Fortnum and Mason, like a tub of biscuits, right? 12 biscuits, you're paying 15 quid, like easy for like some of the tins, right? But then you go to Tesco and I can buy 15 custard creams for 50p. Yeah. Like there are different price points for different people.
Have I got the Tesco biscuits over here?
I really hope you like custard creams. Really hope you do.
Get you 50p back.
Oh shit, bourbon. But yeah, like, and again, and there's that old adage around, again, I bought an M&S lunch the other day. That meal deal was a tenner, right? Which I could have got from Tesco for $3.50, whatever they are now. Yeah. There are different price points, and I'm going to side with you on this, and I struggle with this personally. Not only am I tight, right? I was also brought up like with no money growing up. So like you say, in my head I go, well, I wouldn't pay that. Yeah. So I go, well, I'll charge people less because I wouldn't have been able to. I won't be able to do it. But I'm glad you brought that up because I know there's going to be loads of people who agree with all that. So we do need to up our prices.
We do.
So if I'm going to keep buying you stuff from M&S, from Fortnum and Mason, then I'm going to be bankrupt in 2 weeks.
Yeah. What people need to realise is that you're not upping your prices to just be like, oh yes, we can make more, we can rinse more out of people. You're doing it because that is what your business is worth.
Yeah, exactly. And again, the other conversation we had is we want to slow down and take our time. Because I think sometimes
it's a bit rushed.
Yeah, but it's rushed because we're trying to stack them low. Yeah. No, what's the saying? Stack them high, price them low, stack them high, or
we'll go with that.
Something like that. Put something high, put something low.
Yeah.
We've been the pound stretcher of through the tills. I'd rather go let's focus on this project and just focus on this for a month.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Megan, what are you doing?
Well, since I started using Xero accounting software, turns out I have more money in the business than I ever thought I did.
I'm so glad you're using Xero accounting software. Like I do.
Wow.
I love the fact that I can look after all of my accounts in the cloud at the click of a few buttons. I love the fact I can invoice clients. I know I can run profit and loss reports at the click of a button. And I even use Xero to look after my payroll.
That's so cool.
Isn't it just?
And as a thank you to all of our How I Failed in Business listeners, you can get 90% off for 6 months.
That is an incredible offer. Where is the link where people can get this great access to Xero?
Well, just below in the show notes.
But mate, that was a great insight. But I'd like to play our first game with you.
Fantastic. Let's do this.
If we wait. Over to you, Megan. You get the roles signed. Do you want to pass me the camera? I'll get the photo sorted. So our first game is called Mystery Mishaps. Megan's going to explain the rules.
Yeah?
Okay. Just while she's doing that, quick pose. Beautiful.
So yeah, business, company, brand that has made a bit of a mistake, bit of a mishap, feeling, whatever.
Okay.
You've got 5 clues to guess what company this mistake
Oh,
is
shitting hell.
from.
Okay.
So
Matty Woods. Sorry.
Sorry.
Fired.
Why would you say that company? Very random thing to shout out. That then explains Taylor Swift behind us. You asked us earlier. Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
You know what? I have not heard the new album, which
Okay.
I've heard mixed reviews about, but I like Taylor Swift's music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Good answer.
Good.
So this is our Taylor time tracker. Okay. To remind us that we've got to do it swift. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
So
Okay.
on the leaderboard here, we've got an array of people of all of whom have played this game. Okay. They've had not the same 5 questions. Obviously, that'd be stupid. But they have 5 questions, and they've all guessed what that thing is within the 5 things. We had a new leader added to the board last week, okay? Radislaw, who was on just before you. Now, we cannot remember what time he got. I'll be honest, he was so fast. He said the answer. We looked at Molly. Molly was doing what she was doing, looking at the screen, and she completely forgot to check the time. Looked at us in panic and went, oh shit, and we got a time. But we know that he was above our previous winner. So, number 2 was 7.9 seconds. Rosanna was at 7.9 seconds, and Radislaw beat her.
Yeah.
So we're talking rapid here, mate. We're talking rapid.
Anywhere on this.
And then there's some other people dotted around. Molly did really well, 11 seconds
did well.
for Molly, which is really good. Failing all the way down to Anthony Hutton, who came in just under 3 minutes, and everyone else in between.
This is going to be long. I'm sorry.
No. This one,
It's hard. Doesn't make sense. I understand if you put that clue there, then this would make sense. But this clue coming first doesn't make sense. We're putting that clue first, we give it away too easily. But the first clue just doesn't make sense.
I think it does make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Or do you want to do the other clue, the other one first?
No, because then he'll get it.
Oh, no, do that one.
Right, is everyone ready? Does everyone understand the rules?
Yes.
And of course, if you are listening or watching at home, play along and message in your scores.
Okay.
Molly, you got the timer ready? Molly's nodding. Megan, have you got the clues ready?
I've got the clues ready.
Try not to yawn. Liam,
Sorry.
have you got yourself ready?
I'm ready.
Amazing. Right, on your marks, get set, go.
This mishap wasn't on-air content or a show, but financial, relating to its advertising sales business.
Amazon.
No. This company's ad sales arm discovered it. That doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does.
It underpaid major advertising partners over a period of years.
YouTube.
No. This is a very well-known UK broadcaster / media company.
BBC.
No, but close. The partners affected included Paramount and Warner Bros. Discovery.
Disney Plus.
No.
Shit.
Perhaps one of
Netflix.
the largest brands in the UK. You were close with BBC.
I was close to ITV.
No.
BBC Two.
No.
Channel 4.
No.
Channel 5.
No.
Think bigger. What
Sky.
are they on? Yes, stop the clock. Stop the clock.
Shit in hell. Oh my God. Thank you. very
Oh
much.
my God. How did you find that? Was that easy? Was that hard?
Of course it was hard. I'm clueless. Clueless to do
Wow.
anything.
I don't understand what this company's ad sales arm means.
Like department, division, not their physical. Is that what you were getting confused?
Well, that's what I don't know why
So
the word
they're
arm is in there.
So the advertising sales department.
Discovered. Oh.
I'd like to say that's what confused me, but no, it didn't. I just didn't have a clue.
You were thinking of like an anatomical arm.
I just thought that you'd like, I don't know, like mistyped or something.
No,
I was just really
their arm.
confused.
Their ad sales arm discovered. Their ad sales department, ad sales business, ad
You
sales.
could have put in it like that then, couldn't you?
Fuck's sake, Meg. Right, how do you think you did?
That felt like a long time. I'm going to say that was like 43 seconds.
Yeah, I'd say you were under a minute. Would you
under
say?
a minute,
Yeah.
definitely.
So,
maybe just above 15.
I mean, where do you want to be? Do you want to be in top 5, top 10? Where's good for you? Would you say?
I mean, top 5. Get out of it. Let's go with top. Yeah, top 15.
Top 15. Okay, so top 10, you need to be beating 46 seconds. Who's being held up by Laura Till.
Yeah.
Become top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to beat Pete Martin, another photographer actually, at 1 minute 13. Molly's the one that can reveal.
You mean top 15, Martin?
Yeah.
He's the top 5.
Sorry.
Okay.
The next 5, top 15. Sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone. Let's just interrupt everything so that Megan can correct Rob. Today, Junior.
Put me out of my misery, please.
Right, where are we at, Molly? Where are we at?
Good time.
Okay.
You were very close. Came in at 46,
Oh.
41.
46, 41. Well done.
See, this is where we've hit our little stump because we've only got 46 for Laura.
It might have been 46 for Laura.
Well, in my defence, I started writing 1 minute 2 seconds for the wonderful Charlie, 1 minute 7 for Venetia, 1 minute 13. So we did.
So we're drawing with Laura, but we don't know who came.
Yeah.
First.
Well, let's give Laura the 46. I had 46 point whatever. She's
Oh,
that's fine.
That's such a gentleman.
Wow.
Such a gentleman.
Fine.
Well done, mate. Well done. Well done. So yeah, look, you were just shot. Well, you were joint third. That's what you were. Joint third. Joint 15th.
Yeah.
Well done on that. Yeah, great game. What we'll do is we'll get you
Thank
added
you.
to the leaderboard and a lovely photo.
Wow.
Oh God.
Lovely photo.
Let's have a look at. Oh my. I mean,
Lovely. Wonderful. But mate, great game. So look, you shared some great stories a second ago just about the photography and the videography business. I'm going to ask you a question about that. Weddings.
Yeah.
Did you get fed at weddings?
most of them I did.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So that's the answer.
Good. Yeah. Because it really angers me when I see that people don't like feed their vendors. You know, like when a photographer or videographer goes to something, they're not fed. I think it's really rude.
Yeah, there was one I went to where I had to go and pay for a meal at lunchtime. Everyone was sat down on their beautiful tables with their beautiful meals and whatever, and I just had to go and order at the bar something. So but I think that was probably the only one. Everyone else has been really kind and provided that for us. You get stuck on that oddball table, don't you? You know, the ones that they're not obviously related to the bride or anything. They're not close friends, not family. They're just there. They're like people that used to work with them and used to work with them. And you've got to try and build a relationship in the space of this meal with these randoms who I'll never see again. Yeah. But you have to try and make an impression. Yeah. And they just talk about work. They just go, so what do? You do this, and I work in the city. We don't call it London, do we? We call it the city. I think, prick. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. To whoever I've shared meals with, they're fine.
They're fine.
Because I've always made a point that anyone that, even delivery drivers, I offer to make them a drink or give them a drink because I think it's so important. But secondly, one of my first ever jobs, Bernard, lovely guy, he was my boss, the manager of a garden centre around the corner. I was on work experience back when I was, a young 15-year-old Rob Spence, and we were planting some plants out at a beautiful house somewhere. And he was like, here's a little tip for you. If they don't make you a cup of tea, add money onto the invoice. And ever since I heard that, I've always been dead conscious that anyone doing any work, whether it's something big like fixing a boiler or whatever, or to just delivering, I've got a log burner, so, delivering logs to the house. Can I make you a drink? Can I make you a tea? Do you want to take a can of Coke for the road? Yeah. And I've always done it. And I've always got better service for doing it.
That's good.
It's nice.
That's worth bearing in mind.
Yeah. I always keep like a couple of cans of like like Diet Coke and a couple of beers in my fridge that I'm not allowed to touch. It's basically currency. It's basically vendor currency. Because we're like, "Here, thanks for your help there. You can have this kind of thing." I always get extra service. Like the log burner man came the other day, and he's not supposed to help me stack. I was like, "Listen, mate, I know we're very stern about it. I was like, can I make you a tea while you're here?" He was like, "Oh, go on then." First drop in the morning, 8 a.m. He was a bit tired. He had his cup of tea. What did he have to do whilst he's waiting for his tea to cool down? Help me fucking stack. So there you go. Get a cup of tea
pretty good.
On the go.
Well done, Rob.
But listen, obviously your first story is good. We want to hear a second story from you, something that's gone wrong or a mistake that happened or something that you've learned. Is there anything else you can share with us at all, Liam?
Yeah, so I suppose with the same company that I set up, so I don't mind sharing. It was called they were called Quirkbox Productions, film and photography. And I mean the meaning behind it. It was a friend's name that he put on his MySpace. It was
sorry, I thought his name was Quirk.
His name was Lord Quirk, Quirkville. But no, he set up do you remember MySpace?
I fucking do remember
there was MySpace.
I used to code my MySpace.
You used to code it? My God.
Did you not? Yeah, because you could edit the code. Did you know you could do that?
Of course not. I'm an ignorant person.
I've got a photo of me back at college. I keep threatening I'll share it, of me coding my MySpace at college. And I used to have a weekly video of the week. So I would change the colours and I'd find a very weird video on YouTube that would then become my video of the week. So some of my favourites were Pickle Surprise. Yeah. Let's play Pickle Surprise now.
This is tasty. Yeah.
What is it? Huh?
It's a surprise. Pickle surprise. Pickle surprise. Take an English muffin. Spread sandwich spread. Plop the ham dusty, please. Did I say ham? Repeat my mantra. Ham. 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 Pickle surprise!
Honey casserole. Oh, Mary.
Where's the pickle? That's the surprise. Pickle surprise.
And also the last ever, sorry, I've taken over this. The last video I ever embedded on my MySpace that I now cannot edit was a man drawing a perfect circle with just his arm. And I just found it a very fascinating video, and that became Rob Spence's video of the week on my MySpace. Wow. Thank you. Carry on. Sorry, MySpace.
What was the question?
Yeah, right. Cool.
What was the question?
Quark.
Lord Farquaad. Lord Farquaad Media.
Yeah, it was called Quirkbox because my friends, just to bring us back to the real word. It was, so he set up his channel, and what it was supposed to be a place where he just put all his creative ideas. So, you know, if he got his acoustic guitar out in his kitchen and he just started playing along something, he'd record it, he'd put it on his MySpace page, and we kind of rolled with that as an idea of something where you can just take a raw idea. It doesn't matter if it's a piece of writing, a piece of film that's not very good, it needs developing, a piece of music, if you've written some lyrics. We'd put it into the Quirkbox. It almost became like a machine, and we'd create something from it. It was like, put your imagination in the box, and out would come something really good. Yeah. Quirk.
Why do you think quark?
I think a quark is like something that's really small, isn't it? It's like an atom or something. It's okay. Don't worry. It's been a long fucking evening.
It's been a long day.
So you need vanish on that carpet down there for the wine. It doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, there's worse stains in our office, mate. Don't worry, you're fine.
But that's where the Quirkbox thing came from. So I did Quirkbox Productions, film and photography, where, we had to have the business side of it, where we were doing weddings and all that sort of stuff. But we wanted it to be bigger. We wanted it to be people sending us music and lyrics, and we could take it and develop it and create something from it, especially with films. Films was something that really interested me, and making films. So we wanted people to submit scripts, and we'd go, yeah, we'll take those on. We'll take them on as a project, and we'll make it, and then we'll show it at our own film festivals, and it was going to be all exciting. And yeah, it just never really worked. I think the writing was on the wall very early on when I went on Vistaprint, and I got everyone Quirk Box polo shirts.
Oh, merchandise.
Oh my God, yeah. We felt professional. We had the logo embroidered on the top, and I had the letters, the initials of their names.
Oh, nice.
I created a team. This was great. We were gonna start something big here, guys. It might seem small now, but it will be big.
That's what she said.
No, mine just stays small. Just it's a problem you have. 36. It starts. So I digress. So yeah, within maybe a few weeks, one person dropped out. Oh, I can't do this. Okay, that's great. That was a polo shirt well spent. And then we did one film, and another person dropped out. And then one of the people was my wife. She wasn't massively interested. She dropped out. So it ended up about 2 of us working on films, and then just some strays who we could get to volunteer. So the writing was on the wall very early on that this has teething problems here. Yeah. We've assigned people that are, with respect to those people, they had lives, okay? But they were flaky.
Yeah.
I apply them. They're in the flake category. And yeah, that was a big failing. Get people that are committed to your project.
But did you enjoy the whole? Because that sounds really exciting.
It does. Talking about it takes me back to being excited and now just deflated.
That's why hopefully one day you're going to come work with us, I think.
That's the
plan. We're not even recording, mate. This is a job interview. Holy. Yeah, wait to see yourself in 5 years.
I've been swearing this whole...
That gives you extra bonus points.
Oh.
Did you... I don't want to detract from what you said there. Did you grow up watching like CKY and Jackass and that kind of thing, no?
Jackass, no.
Oh, okay.
CKY...
No.
I mean, I'm going to say no because I'm going to question what it is.
The only reason... No, okay. Because I was brought up similar. So CKY was the original Jackass pilots, I guess. It was a series of VHSs. There's an old photo that I love. Bam Margera, who was in Jackass and a professional skater. There's him at his like video editing desk, and he's got like all these stacks of VCRs, these different monitors. And like the video editing world is so different then to what it is now. Like Megan does a wonderful job of editing all of these and all the shorts that you see, and so on. She does that on a box that's that big, right? Whereas, like I say, back in the day, the editing's different and stuff. But that's the only reason I ask. I was brought up with a fascination around content creation. My first content creation project was on a Game Boy camera. Okay. And then it just evolved as life goes on, stealing your dad's camcorder, seeing videos you wish you hadn't seen, and the rest is history, I guess. But so would you get back in, because it sounds like you sound really passionate about that kind of thing. Would you get back into that?
Yeah, I mean, it's something I still get involved in. I think life takes over when you've got a full-time job, and then of course you've got the out-of-work commitments. As much as I'm not a full-time dad,
you are a full-time dad.
I see my daughter on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, to sort of take her to classes and things like that. But she's got a full-time mum, and I do my bit. I do what is going to be convenient for both her mum and for her. So I'm not by any means a full-time dad. But it still takes up a lot of time, just sort of finishing work, getting home, getting in the car, going, picking her up, taking her there, doing this. Saturday mornings, taking her to a class, and then sort of waiting around, class finishes, take her back to home. It does become a lot of travelling around. A lot of your time is taken up by children when you have them. So by the time you actually get into that position of, I've got a bit of time for myself now, you're just a bit knackered, and you end up just monging out in front of the television and not really doing anything productive. And that's something I need to get better at, is maybe saying, okay, well, when I get home, I need a plan of what I need to do those dishes, finish the housework, and then from 4 o'clock, crack on with business plan, crack on with writing a film script or editing. But it's all of those factors that really just take your energy away. Because they are high energy. If you're going into a job where you're not resenting going in, but you know that your interests aren't in what you do. And I suppose that's where I am at the moment, is that I love filmmaking. I love the editing process. I love editing stuff. If someone just gave me loads of footage, I see it as like a puzzle. I really want to make it into this great little theatrical spectacular, even if it's a 10-second video to 30 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever. I want it to be brilliant. I do get a real buzz out of it as you're picking up, but it's just time and energy. And if I had more of that, I'd quit my job. If someone did say to me, "Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we've got that here," I'd take that. You're looking at him.
Have you got the job?
Yeah, fine.
That?
Is that my paperwork? I'll sign those now. So
Because without turning this into a counselling, you said that your kind of second failure was make sure you got people around you that believe in everything that you absolutely do.
Yeah.
It sounds that right now you don't believe wholly and fully in the employer that employs you, and that actually your passions lie elsewhere. So your failure actually is an indication of what you're going through now, and actually she can work with us. That's what I'm going to say on that point.
That was a lot of words.
That's fine. Put your comments. PO Box Paragon.
Yeah, I think we should. But mate, look, people make a business, don't they? And like I say, you got to make sure you got the right people in that support you, or a project or whatever. I'll let you make because I'm similar to you. You know, because obviously you're very creative. You do a lot of creative stuff. Mm-hmm. Do you find that creativity hard when you've got stuff to do?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Like, there's like so much like that I'm working on right now that like I wanna do the fun stuff, I wanna do the creative stuff. But then I've got like, I can't think of an example, but like boring stuff. Yeah, which you have to get done, and then you've not got enough time or like energy, like you said, to put into the creative stuff. So then you can't do that as like well as you might, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah. Makes total sense. I think when you're a creative person, you almost feel a little bit trapped by life and the boundaries and the restrictions, and there's almost this set pattern that they expect you to do. We all live in this life of, okay, when you grow up, you are going to get married and you're going to have a child and get a house and get a car and all of those things, and that's what says, oh, that's what a successful life is. But you know what? I don't think it is. It maybe was once upon a time, but now I think people are they want to do things different. They want to make a name for themselves. They want to do something new and break out of that. And I think if you're too shackled to this sort of design that of what people think life is, you get things like depression, which is something I went through, massive, the feeling of being trapped, and breaking out of that is massively important. You only get one life. That's something I'm going off at the minute. You only get one life. In the grand scheme of the creation of the world, you know, billions and billions of years this planet's been here, and the dinosaurs were around longer than we were, and our individual life is like, it's not even, it's a quark. It's that small. It's that small.
Lord Farquaad.
Yeah. So just do your best. Do what's with you. Some people will just like that standard life. That's great. I'm not saying that's wrong. That's brilliant if that's what you want. But some people want more. And they want to be more and do more and experience more whilst we're here. So there we go. Yeah.
Love it. Well, on that note, I want to take you to our new segment, the Grievance Gurus. We're going to need your input on this.
Okay.
So the Grievance Gurus is new. We need a little soundtrack for it at some point. But the Grievance Gurus, put really simply, can you not hit my mic? Thank you. Is where we answer the dilemmas, the issues, the mistakes that people have in their everyday lives, in their work lives. They get sent in as a grievance. We've got to decide whether the grievance stand, whether they've got a right to complain, or what they should do, or if they're being a bit silly. They just need to move on. Okay?
Right.
And I'll read it out, and between us we'll decide if it's a grievance and the grievance stands, or if actually just move on. You're fine. Okay. Dear grievance counsellors, I need your guidance after what can only be described as a festive fiasco. I arrived at our company's enormous black tie Christmas party and by chance ran into a guy I knew from university, someone who now worked in a different department. The Prosecco and wine were flowing freely, spirits were high, and by later in the evening, he and I ended up getting a bit close.
Okay.
That's when things went horribly wrong. In what I assume he believed was a seductive gesture, he started biting my lip. Not a playful nibble, more like he was attempting to detach it entirely. Trying to remain optimistic is what I'm trying to say. I paused, politely requested, please, no teeth. You laugh like this. Did you send this in?
No.
And attempted to continue. But alas, he persisted with the same carnivorous enthusiasm. At that point, I gave up, only to notice that what felt like half my office had witnessed the whole ordeal. Mortified, I escaped onto a night bus home. The next morning, I woke to find my lips a deep, alarming shade of purple. By Sunday, they'd grown even worse. Come Monday, I couldn't face the office at all and had to work from home because I own no lipstick dark enough to disguise the damage. How on earth do I move past this, both socially and emotionally? And is there a polite way to educate men on appropriate lip etiquette? Megan, we're going to pass this one to you. So 2 questions there. How do we move on? And how do you tell a man to not bite your lips? Over to you.
How hard did he have to bite it for your lips to turn purple? Is my question. That's quite.
Yeah, that's like tucking into a Big Mac.
Yes.
Yeah, I get.
So let's dissect this a little bit. So Christmas parties,
Yeah.
right? We're in the Christmas season. Christmas parties happen left, right, and centre. Do we agree with things happening at Christmas parties? Are they a big no-no? What are we saying?
I don't think it's a no-no. I think whatever happens. It's just a night out like any other night. But it can make things awkward. Yeah.
In the workspace. Molly, thoughts?
Sorry, I was really like in focus.
Engrossed.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Go back to Megan.
Go back to Megan.
Megan.
Go back to Megan. Okay. So look,
How you move past it.
things happen at Christmas parties. Back in the police, they were happening left, right, and centre. It was always made worse. I worked at Belmont Lee's Nick, and it was at a time when they were moving the Nick over to Euston Street. So all I'm going to say, right, is the cells were empty at Belmont Lee's, but the beds were still there. Okay.
That can't have been comfy.
Well, no, is what I'm going to assume is what we're going to say. But yeah, so look, things happen at a work Christmas party. So look, this person's asked 2 things. How do I move past this, both socially and emotionally? How should this individual handle things at work?
Do you want
go.
that?
No,
Shall
you
I say?
go, yeah.
I mean, for me, it's a very awkward situation because you say they work together.
Yes,
They're
different departments,
different
I think she said.
departments,
Yeah.
I mean,
I assume she's a female.
most companies will have a HR department or a people team. It would be the first port of call would be to report that. And then there's kind of a choice because you've got to log this thing. You've got to say this thing happened. They've caused this damage. I didn't want them to.
This is all sounding very
This has
formal.
gone very serious.
Liam's officially like,
Well,
hold on, this could have been me.
you say could have been me. I remember it well. It's still going through the courts to this day. It was my lip.
Yeah.
No.
I was going to say, we're assuming it's a girl. Yeah.
So yeah, that would be what I would do. There's a HR procedure to follow down.
Okay, so you're going down the HR route.
Yeah.
Megan, where you
I
at?
feel like that's a bit far.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think we need to go to HR about it.
Okay.
I think working from home is probably sensible if your lip's in that bad of a state.
Yeah.
Avoid different
So you
departments.
just
Yeah.
avoid that person.
Yeah.
How do you handle like the other people? Because I think this person said that the whole office saw. The whole. I feel like only to notice what felt like the half of my office had witnessed the whole ordeal. How do they handle that?
Ignore it.
So there's witnesses to someone biting your lip without your consent.
Oh my
No,
God!
but I
Come
feel
away
like-
from the HR thing.
I feel like they were kissing. They both consented to the
Yeah.
kissing, not the biting.
So apologies. So the kissing, it's nice. They're amorous. Oh,
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
Christmas party.
And
The
he just
eggnog's been flowing a bit too strongly.
he accidentally bit her lip a little
Well,
bit too
No,
hard.
So
Oi.
so
Oucha!
look, what we're saying from a work point of view, look, it's fine. Work night out, Christmas night out, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we saying?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think from a boss's perspective, I wouldn't give a shit. Like, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Like, as long as it's consensual, as long as no one's been hurt, right? Fucking crack on.
But they have been hurt.
She's got a
purple
blue lip.
Okay, but again, I don't think it was done in a kind of kind of thing. I think it was.
Was he apologising?
Well,
yeah, what happened after?
Yeah.
I'll be honest,
He
guys.
just went,
I've got a very short
Cock off.
email that was sent in to me. Okay, I can't answer all of your questions. We can only go off what we've been going off there.
Evidence before
Okay.
us. Okay.
So, so in terms of the work-wise, fine. Do we think?
Yeah.
Just move on.
Not at our work, it wouldn't.
Oh, Captain
But
HR
move
in
on.
the
Okay.
corner. Yeah,
It
report to
just
HR.
wouldn't.
Is there a polite way to educate men? Oh, okay. Oh no, still not. Yeah, educate men on appropriate lip etiquette. Megan, have you ever been in that situation? Have you ever had anyone bite your lip and? Arr.
Very personal question, actually.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry. I don't feel like I can look at you whilst you answer.
Yeah.
Just look away. Just look at the lights.
Yeah. Great lads.
Well, okay. Let's take it away from you personally, Megan. I would
Thank
assume.
you.
I would assume. I would understand what the guy was trying to do.
Yeah, but didn't she say like? She said in the middle of it, like, stop.
Yeah, and then he kept
And
going.
then he kept going.
Yeah.
That's where the issue lies.
Yeah, yeah. And again, just like a little gentle, like a kind of thing, fine. But to turn that girl's lips purple, that guy
That
needs to have a
must
little
been,
conversation.
yeah,
Like a
hard.
bad, a bad kissing situation,
Yeah.
I'd assume. But from what we're saying, is there a grievance here or no?
I think, yeah.
You're
I
placing the
think,
grievance,
yeah,
okay?
maybe.
Yeah.
You're placing the grievance. Oh,
I'd-
straight in there, yeah.
He's
Call
pissed.
HR, call an employment
I had
lawyer.
HR management training not long ago, and this sort of scenario came up in that training. So not this particular example, but that it was office party based
Really?
stuff. Yeah.
What's the official
Yeah.
corporate word on office
it would?
party etiquette?
Oh, it'd
then?
be investigation would
No.
go on. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Really?
If it's just
Oh, yeah.
two people necking off at a party.
Oh, necking off's fine. No, that's great. I'm sure with that.
That's great.
No, that's fine. That's just they're both into each other. They're kissing and stuff like that. But if a female has said no to something and then ouch,
Agree.
they've got
No,
it. That's the problem.
But
That's
I'm-
the key thing.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. No means no. I'm reading this though, however, it was a consensual kiss.
Potential kiss, but then he started biting.
And then when the girl said no teeth, because she said don't stop, she said just please no teeth. And she said and attempted to continue, but alas he persisted with the same carnivorous enthusiasm. So I don't think that the kiss was unconsensual.
No.
Yeah,
It was
Kiss
more
fine.
the nibbling.
yeah,
That was a thing.
yeah.
He's got to into
Okay,
it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Grievance.
I still think yes.
You
I
think
I
grievance?
Yeah.
think grievance.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna
Okay.
disagree here. I believe that what makes our economy, right,
Is
Yeah.
lip
Is-
biting.
is office shenanigans. Okay. He just needs to learn how to kiss. It's as simple as that.
Okay, so you think it's
I'm-
a training need?
I'm willing to teach him.
There's a
Right.
gap in his understanding.
I will teach him. Right.
How?
In a one-to. I have to kiss him. I'll kiss him. Right. And we'll go from there. Molly, grievance, or are we letting this one pass?
Grievance.
Grievance, 3-1. Grievance
you.
passed. Boom. Thank you very much. Well, look, that was the first ever grievance gurus there. And we want to keep this trend going. So please do email in your grievances. You can contact us on the website. There's a contact form on there. Go to howifailedinbusiness.co.uk or find us on social media and message those in. So if you've got some Christmas parties coming up, Christmas is just next week. Whether you found your boss under the mistletoe waiting for you purposely, or whether you caught two of your colleagues donking in the stationery cupboard, which one of our guests did find, didn't they, Molly? I don't know if you remember that one with Barry Pierpoint years ago. Or maybe there's a less sexual grievance that you want to send in. It doesn't have to be about sex. It can be,
anything.
maybe someone was having sex on your desk. I don't know.
I thought it didn't have to be about sex.
It doesn't- I don't know.
It doesn't have to be sex, but it could be sex on your desk. It could be sex on the floor in the car park.
Who knows? Who knows? But Liam, you've been great to talk to, and I'd love to speak to you for ages. And look, we'll talk after this about you joining the business. I'll talk about my sitcom ideas, and maybe I'll send in my script to the Quark box and see what gets squeezed out. But But Liam, obviously we want to make sure people can stay in touch with you and so on. How's best to do that? Should we drop your LinkedIn below? Shall we?
Yeah, I mean, nowadays I am on LinkedIn. I wasn't for a long time. I've been
MySpace?
forced to do it. MySpace. Is that, there's a Bebo. I haven't got a Facebook page. I've got one in secret, but I don't use it. So LinkedIn, look, if you want to reach out to me, do that. It's fine. I'm happy for people to approach me.
Amazing. And hopefully by the time this episode comes out, you signed up to your next comedy gig. People are Googling you to buy tickets anyway. This episode will come up. But Liam, you've been an absolute great guest. You've been really patient whilst everything's been
going off, yeah.
Causing mayhem. And thanks so much for joining us and being amazing.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure, everybody. Tk you so much.
Thank you so much. Shall we wrap up?
Yeah, and that wraps us up for another episode of How I Failed in Business. Thank you so much for joining us.
There are so many of you right now tuning in all over the world, both on YouTube and through your favourite podcast streaming platforms. And we do see it, and we can't thank you enough for your support. Just please, please, please do us a favour. We want to really grow this. And we can only do that if you hit the subscribe button and make sure you are following us.
Or if you would like to join us as a guest or have a grievance you would like to send in, simply head over to howifailedinbusiness.co.uk or message us anywhere on social media.
Thanks again to Liam, our amazing guest today, and of course you, the viewer or the listener. See you next Tuesday for a very special Christmas episode. Bye.